So, Ruel, if you want to come up. Ruel was exonerated in this past March after spending 15 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit. And this was one of the successes that was mentioned yesterday of the Conviction Integrity Unit here in Cleveland. Excuse me, I've developed a cold. He was represented for a long time by Kim Corral, who had worked on his case and for many, many years, very passionately. She got the Ohio Innocence Project, got us involved a couple of years ago, and together we filed an application to the Conviction Integrity Unit, which spent, Russ, how long did you guys spend investing? Pretty long time.
Well over a year.
Well over a year investigating it. And one of the just remarkable things I just want to point out, not only did they investigate it and they came back and they said, we agree that we're going to drop these murder charges and release Ruel, but during their investigation, when they found favorable evidence to Ruel, they turned it over to us. So they may have ultimately come to the conclusion that they disagreed that he shouldn't get out. But in the meantime, they've been giving the other side the information they need to then file a motion for new trial. And that's how it should work. But that rarely actually works that way. So Ruel has been out since March, and we've asked him to just say a few words about what he's been doing since that time. Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all for having me today. It's an honor to be here amongst you all, to be able to speak to you, to share this story of mine. I was wrongfully convicted in 2003 for aggravated murder. I served 15 years in prison. I was recently exonerated in March, as Mark said. Since I've been home, I've been blessed to be around family and friends and do things in my community as far as speaking to the youth, mentoring. I've done peace rallies. I just recently did a Stop the Violence March with the Job Corps of Cleveland. I was a guest speaker there. And I've been at 2 Brown Summits for social injustice. They're coming together with the community, and they're trying to bring things together with the police. I sat down with the chief of police and senators, Jim Brown, and the owner of the Browns, and we all had a conversation about how to bring the community back together. So as of right now, that's what I've been trying to do, just speaking to the youth in my neighborhood, showing them that I lived this life. I was in the streets, and this was led to me being in prison, and now I'm out with a second chance. So I'm doing something good with it, and I'm speaking to them as much as I can. All the guys I know that grew up where I grew up at, I talk to their kids and their nephews, and I tell them that the streets ain't where it's at. Prison definitely not where it's at. And I was blessed that the CIU took time to take my case. They had my case for like 2 years, but the office before Russell Ty and Mike O'Malley came in was McGinty, and they had my case for like a year and a half, and it was just going and going and going. And I was blessed to have Russell Ty and Mike O'Malley come in office and really investigate my case. It took quite a while to bring me home. It took like 18 months, but they did a thorough investigation. And I just want to talk to the other CIU people here, and it's all about, it's process, it's communication and process between both sides. Like Mark just said, they were sharing information back and forth, and that means a lot to us, the inmate and our families, the communication in between both sides. Because when we don't know what's going on, we in those cells and our families trying to bring us home, and then there's no communication and not knowing what's going on, that's where the panic starts. And that led my family to having rallies and protests, and my fiance beating Russell door down every day, calling him 10 times a day, and my lawyer called it, because we ain't knowing what's going on. And we ain't knowing that they doing all this investigation work. We ain't knowing until they hand it over to the OIP and Kim, like, oh yeah, we found this. Now I'm like, oh wow, they was really doing some work. Because for the last 2 months, I'm like, they don't care about me. They just sitting on my case, they going about their business. So when you communicate and have that open dialogue with both parties, it calmed the waves a little bit, and it make the families be more understanding of what's going on. Because it's a hard grind when you in there and you in them cells, you fighting for your life. Like I miss my kids. It took my daughter to go on the news and make a statement that she wanted her father to come home and see her graduate and go to prom. I have been telling her whole life, go to school, make straight A's, and I'll be there till you graduate. No matter what I gotta do, I'll be there till you graduate. And by the grace of God, I was released in March, and I was able to take her to prom, see her graduate, and it just meant a lot to me to be here today, to share this with y'all, even be invited. I just want to tell you all, thank you for having me.